On this episode of Kult America, I am visiting Nowa Huta at night. This is a very famous place in the center of Nowa Huta where, in fact, a statue of Lenin used to stand at the end of this Plac, and it's really interesting because people apparently hated him so much that one guy even tried to blow it up with explosives. This is probably the only place in the center of Nowa Huta where I have some level of orientation because the city is actually shaped like a snowflake, which was meant for practical convenience, everyone kind of having a similar distance to the center. But for someone who's not from here, with all these buildings looking almost identical, it's very easy to get lost or confused. So this steelworks was what made Nowa Huta thrive. Previously known as the Lenin Steelworks, it was what made the local economy possible. And this whole place is very interesting because Krakow was an artistic, poetic, historic kind of town. And the communists wanted to set an example of how a society should look, so they built a gigantic steel factory, thousands upon thousands of flats, their own tram network, and society grew. And today this is a part of Krakow, but then it was an independent city of Nowa Huta. Oh, this place is dark and dangerous. So in Krakow there are 4 ancient mounds. The one behind me is known as Kopiec Wandy, and it's not the place where most tourists come to visit, and I could definitely emphasize that I think most people don't visit it at night, but I want to check it out and try to get a nice panoramic view of the steelworks. They say that Nowa Huta is one of the most dangerous places in Krakow, and I generally don't feel too unsafe, but I don't feel too safe like going to a secluded place like this at night. So I'm on top of Kopiec Wandy, and it's nighttime, so I can't really see into the industrial complex as I was hoping, but the view of Krakow is amazing from up here. And the strongest impression that I have right now is that I'm in the middle of a city, and I'm completely alone. No one is here. Hello! Well, I hope no one heard me because the type of people who might hear me around here might be a little bit dangerous. So right behind me is a monument to the heroes who died for freedom. And it's pretty crazy because as an American, freedom is every second word that you hear every day of your life. Yet in some countries, in the 80s, during the times of my childhood when I was living free, other people had to die for their freedom. Nowa Huta was meant to be a secular society. The authorities wanted no religion here, but the strong convictions of Polish people proved them otherwise, as first a cross was established in this place, and then later a church was constructed. The people had to fight for this church to be here, and it was a good fight, because later this came a very critical position to fight for solidarity against communism. So right behind me is a retired tank. Many tourists who visit Nowa Huta come to this place, and it's pretty cool to see a piece of machinery that actually fought Germans. So if you ever want the opportunity to stand on a retired tank, definitely visit Nowa Huta. It's an original experience. And right behind me is the People's Theater. This was the premier venue for avant-garde theater, Nowa Huta's largest stage. So my trip to Nowa Huta was very fascinating, but I'm left with two questions. What did I not see in Nowa Huta? What's missing here? What sites do I need to come back and visit? Also, what other places in Poland like Nowa Huta do I need to see? Please write me your ideas in the comment section below. You can contact me on Facebook or Snapchat. I'm Ryan Socash. This is Kult America. Good night.